Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So with that being said, let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So sitting at roughly $955 billion in market cap, we are up about 2.33%. We do see, Bitcoin up a little bit, and we of course see XRP up on the 7-day span 15.91%. We were making some major moves today. I was getting notification after notification from a few exchanges saying like XRP is up this percentage but on the 7-day span, you guys can definitely see it. I mean, we had this nice little breakout a little bit. We hit like almost 38 cents, almost exact. Came down, tested some nice lows at around like 35 cents, and now we're trading around like roughly 37 cents. Trading volume up almost 60%. Don't know what happened, but hey, I will welcome any of the green in this market that we do see. I will say this: I am playing a little bit cautious though, as we do march into the weekend. At the time that I am recording this, you do see some of the price action here. I am still expecting Bitcoin to come down to about like roughly the 300 weekly moving average at around like 16K. It's not guaranteed, but hey, I'm still expecting it, especially as we do see a large amount of altcoins really kind of outreaching and hitting some nice highs. So I'm really kind of just expecting, some sort of major sell-off into the weekend. Who knows what is going to happen officially this weekend, but I definitely will be, keeping a close eye out on volatility. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about a few things happening around the SEC lawsuit, and then we are definitely going to get into the juiciness around this video. So first off, we do see here, this is, that report going back to like roughly, it's yesterday basically from Fox Business, basically them talking about the market and things like that, so listen closely.
Chairman Gary Gensler is releasing the agency's list of rule-making proposals, and he is getting pushback already, including from crypto mom Hester Peirce, who of course...
Also, just so that you guys know, the video is very low on my end as well, and it's turned up all the way.
Is a very important person on the SEC, is she not, Charlie?
She's a Republican commissioner. We should point out that he's getting pushback on all these proposals, but particularly the climate stuff. I mean, how he wants companies to do this.
So, just to kind of sum this up, yeah, we're seeing a lot of pushback happening around Gary Gensler, especially around his agenda, and we actually do see here, we now focus on disclosure of hot button matters outside our remit. We once sought to protect retail investors. We now rush the aid of professional investors, basically meaning, listen, we no longer are protecting retail investors. We're basically protecting the ones that have the money. We're protecting the bankers, if you will. But of course, we also do see up here the agenda continues to shun issues at the core of our mission in favor of shiny objects outside our jurisdiction. We used to, focus on companies' disclosure of economically material information, and then this does go on to say we now focus on this. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, when we really kind of look at the SEC, from my perspective, it looks like they are just basically going after anything. And I think that Pat Toomey basically sums it up perfectly here. He's saying regulation by enforcement is a terrible approach. And I do completely agree, and that's basically what we are seeing from the SEC. And we do see here, I'm very concerned that Gary Gensler is pushing the limits of the SEC's authority. I think new proposed, role on climate disclosure is widely, beyond what, has ever been, contemplated as the SEC's responsibility. And I do completely agree. I think that they're extremely overstepping their boundaries. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. But to me personally, I think that the SEC is basically on a sinking ship, as you do see here from Cowboy Crypto. But yeah, I definitely am, I'm watching the SEC basically fall apart in front of my eyes. We also do see our true story fun fact. According to the Gary Gensler public calendar, he has spoken/met with Jamie Dimon 10 or so times since Johnny Deaton sued the SEC on behalf of the XRP holders. Never seen or never even acknowledged us once. And yeah, listen closely to what Brad Garlinghouse is saying here.
In this case, you have almost 70,000 people who hold XRP in the United States who are trying to sue the SEC for harming them.
Right.
So, it's a little confusing why the SEC would spend a lot of time and energy on that when we do actually have some things happening in the market that maybe do deserve more scrutiny.
And again, yeah, I mean, it's like everything is being, like, I've always said, like, even in regards to like crypto, regulations, we constantly hear talks around it, but nothing being, done about it. And it's also funny that like the SEC is so focused on XRP, for an example, right? But we are seeing them approve the Coinbase, IPO essentially, right? We do see here the SEC now seems to take the position when they sued us, hey, XRP is a security and always has been, but they approved Coinbase going public, even though Coinbase is not a registered broker dealer. When we really kind of look at, what the SEC is doing, like, what is going on? Like, at some point in time, ethics need to be questioned. Their overall jurisdictions need to be questioned. The outreach needs to be, questioned. Like, things are happening around the SEC that just it doesn't make any sense at all. Also, I have another video here. This one is a minute and 50 seconds, but we don't really need to, watch the whole thing. But listen closely.
Warren Buffett is well known for saying a lot of smart things. One of the ones that I enjoy the most is when everyone is fearful, be greedy. When everyone's greedy, be fearful. And I think what you're clearly seeing happen now, there is a lot of fear in the market. But again,
and also, we are seeing Ripple declines 1 year view, even though it's XRP. I thought this was also pretty interesting. The fact that they are saying like Ripple declines instead of it just saying like, XRP itself. Also, what he is saying is fully true. Like, you should be, greedy when everyone is being fearful, and fearful when everybody is being greedy. And right now, like, even in this market, I have been accumulating. I have been averaging in. I told you guys multiple times that I have been. But again, I still want just slightly, one last major pullback, and then we could just go right off. And it's just like, it's not me being extremely greedy or anything like that. It's just the fact that like we haven't really touched base on major support. We haven't built support even on our massive swing to the lows that we recently seen. That's the only reason why I want to see the 300 weekly moving average tested. But yeah, listen closely for the rest of this.
Again, whether you're looking at the people who did and came out looking the best out of the dot-com crash, or even the Great Recession in the late aughts.
I also like the fact that he does say the Great Reset, and then he does say like the Great Recession.
These are people who had the foresight to recognize that some of the pain is short term. I mean, look, John, you and I have known each other a long time. There's a reason I have this gray hair, and it certainly is a benefit at times like this to be able to say, I've seen this before. We are investing. We're continuing to hire at a time when I think there's a lot of fear, and a lot of people are pulling back.
Well, let's stay on that theme. Presumably you're looking for some folks with less gray hair as you hire this engineering team in Canada. Tell us a little bit more about what gives you the confidence to build, to hire in Canada at a time when we have heard some headlines from the industry that are more focused on things like layoffs.
Look, I think you described me in your intro as a long-time tech executive, and I tried not to take offense to that, but you're right. I've seen some of this, and one of the things that's really changed, I think, is tech talent. Really, there's kind of I don't want to call it a monopoly, but a lot of concentration in Silicon Valley, and that is not true today. The tech talent you have here in Toronto is really outstanding. Between Waterloo University, the Toronto Metropolitan University, you have some amazing engineers, some talent that we want to bring into the blockchain and crypto industry. So Ripple announced we're building our first Canadian office here in Toronto with a plan to, as quickly as possible, hire 50 engineers here locally. We're really excited about it, and so far the reception has been really, really strong.
All right.
And yeah, I mean, honestly, when we really kind of look at things, they are continuously expanding, continuously growing. I just mentioned it the other day. It's really remarkable. But I thought it was interesting. Not only does he let it slip about the Great Reset, but we also do see, Ripple's price declining. And I think that it's funny that they are saying Ripple instead of XRP. Obviously, nobody's, questioning it. Nobody's like, telling them to update it or whatever. Kind of funny, Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments below. Also, we do see over 700 institutions will attend DAS to discuss DeFi, NFTs, lending, investing, regulation, stablecoins, asset allocation. This is going to be huge. Definitely pay attention to this. This is going to be happening this summer, I'm pretty sure. This is something to really kind of pay attention to. So it's actually September 13th and the 14th, by the way. But this is for major institutional, investors that are going to be there. 700 of them focusing on some major areas. Now, let's talk about something pretty interesting, and that is CBDCs. So first off, We did see this video from Christine Lagarde, from the European Central Bank, obviously, president of the European Central Bank. Many countries will have launched their digital currencies within 5 years. You can listen closely to her saying this.
Digital euro. Final question for you as we're short on time. I asked you at the beginning about sort of how we got to this point. I'll ask you at the end to look forward a little bit. 5 years' time, hopefully we're gathering together all in person for the BIS Innovation Summit. Where will the world be in terms of digital assets, in terms of central bank digital currency? If I could ask you to forecast a little into the future, where you think we're headed.
5 years' time, I would say many of us will have completed the project, will be in a position or will have launched their digital currencies. We will have done enough good work so that those currencies are convertible easily. We will have worked hard on our payment systems so that transfers and settlements can be orchestrated, organized in a safe, secure, and fast way, faster than now, both between central banks and commercial banks, but also between customers and commercial banks, and that the volume of fees and earnings by some will have declined to the benefit of better services and happier customers.
And I honestly don't believe in the 5-year time. Similar to Nathan down here, he's saying like the 5-year narrative, I believe to me, a lie personally. I think they are ready now. Yeah, I do believe that they are ready now. The reason why I bring this up is because we just recently seen the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, says the central bank digital currency is something we really need to explore as a country. Over here, how to advance with the CBDC, says Fed Chairman Powell. This just came out yesterday. Just in Fed Chair, Jerome Powell says the central bank digital currency is something we really need to explore as a country. It should not be a partisan thing, obviously, and then we do see it's a very important potential financial innovation that will affect all Americans. Our plan is to work on both the policy side and the technological side in, the coming years and come to Congress with a recommendation at some point in time. Honestly, I do believe that this is going to go live very, very soon. Honestly, when we really kind of look at things, going on with this, I think that CBDCs are going to be streamlined and most likely launched within the next at least year to 2 years. And we do see here one question around CBDCs is, do we want to, want a private stablecoin to wind up being the digital dollar? I think the answer is no. If we're going to have a digital dollar, it should be government guaranteed money, not private money. And I do agree with that when we really kind of look at it. But I do believe that a US CBDC is on its way. The narrative around CBDCs have been changing rapidly. In fact, I actually have this tweet over here from The Light Shines in the Darkness. The CBDC narrative is starting to take shape, and here we have the digital dollar would secure greenback as global reserve currency, lawmaker argues. Followed this up real quick with Moha Loop Foundation launched the Moha Loop CBDC Center of Excellence in Singapore. Of course, Moha Loop being a partner of Ripple's. Follow this up real quick with this Philippines Banco Central. I guess this is in a different language, but of course the Philippines launched in their CBDC experiment. And then we also do see, Qatar Foundation stage a CBDC exploration. Central bank governor says the Gulf State central banker praised the innovation of crypto assets. It goes back to June 22nd, so just 2 days ago. And you guys do see the time frame on these. This was 12 hours ago at the time that this post was made. The Moha Loop Foundation that just launched recently. This also just launched recently as well. And I think that when we really kind of look at CBDCs, things are being streamlined very fast around this. I definitely do think that we should be paying attention to this. I also do think that with all the CBDC talk around the Fed, around the U.S., and all of this leads us back to this that just recently happened. A U.S. Congress subcommittee met this week to discuss the future of crypto regulation. When we really look at this and we look at things happening around crypto, I believe all of this is playing perfectly into a US-based CBDC launching. And I think that this is all going to happen at the perfect time. To me, a lot of people in the XRP community, for the most part, speculate that this is all one big show. It's all one big play, especially the SEC lawsuit. It's very well that exactly, when we really kind of look at this, like, it's an exact show if you think about it. And if it is, when we really kind of look at the time frame here, we could possibly be seeing XRP settling with the SEC, or just, right up winning. And then we could see, regulations ushered in, and at the same time, the U.S. launching their CBDC. This will all happen at a perfect, time frame. To me personally, it will happen after ISO 222, so roughly around the end of 2022 into 2023, of course, because messaging formats need to be implemented. But I don't know. I mean, I can't speculate too much on it. I don't want to speculate too much on it and give you guys like hey, I think that this is exactly what's going to happen. But to me personally, like, things are aligning so well around the US CBDC with regulations, with the XRP lawsuit. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, though. With that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.